Good morning, students. Today we are continuing the levels of classification. So, last session, we had learned that taxonomic categories only. In that, species is the lowest class. Many species combine together to form genus. Genus combine together to form family. Family combine together to form order. Many order combine together to form class. And many class combine together to form phylum or division. And like that, many phylum or division combine together to form kingdom only. Two kingdoms are there, animal kingdom and plant kingdom. And one more important thing you have to notice here that while going from species to kingdom, kingdom, while going from species to kingdom, similarities decreases, and dissimilarities increases. It means that in same species, the organism who are coming in the same species having more similarities than genus, and the organism coming in same genus having more similarity compared to family. Understood? So yesterday we had learned the species, genus, family, order, class we had learned. Now phylum onwards we have to learn now. So see the phylum. Many class combine together to form phylum or division. So classes comprising animal like fishes, amphibians, reptile, birds, along with the mammals constitutes the next higher category called phylum. Classes comprising like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, along with the mammals constitutes the next higher category called phylum. All these based on the common features like presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system are included in phylum Chordata. So based on common features like presence of notochord, notochord is the primitive structure of vertebral column. Notochord is the primitive structure of vertebral column, and dorsal hollow neural system, dorsal side only. Our dorsal side only neural system is present on the dorsal side. So dorsal hollow neural system. These two are the common feature of chordata, phylum chordata. So here one question will arise: which are the two characteristics of phylum chordata? So which are the two characteristics? See that presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system. Presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system. Presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system are the common features of organism included in phylum chordata. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. So in plants, division also can be go. So how it is going to the division? Say that the classes with a few similar characters, very less similar characters, are assigned to a higher category called division only. So now we are learning about the phylum. Phylum is a step of taxonomic categories: species, genus, family, order, class, and phylum division. So up to class yesterday we had learned in the last session, and phylum or division only we are learning now. So what we will be right for the phylum: classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, along with the mammals constitute next higher category called phylum. Next higher category called phylum. With all these based on the common features like presence, two common features are there for phylum chordata. It's the name of phylum, phylum chordata. We are also included in phylum chordata only, human being. So phylum chordata having two common characteristics, which are those: presence of notochord and dorsal hollow neural system. So this both we are having presence of notochord. Notochord is the primitive structure of vertebral column. In some of the organism, this notochord will be converted into vertebral column. In some organism, notochord will be prevail like that. That we will be learning next chapter, plant animal classification. Now you have to know that two common characters are there for the phylum Chordata. They are presence of notochord and dorsal colon neurosystem. Dorsal side only. For chordata, dorsal means the back side. Back side only. Dorsal side is this one and this is the ventral side. Dorsal side, hollow. Hollow means a cavity will be there. Neural system means nervous system is present. These are the two common characters of phylum Chordata. Are you noted there? So in case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a division called a division. What is phylum for animals? That is division for plants only. So now we are going to the last taxonomical category, that is kingdom only. All animals belonging to various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom Animalia in the classification system of animals. All animals belonging to various phyla phyla is the plural of phylum. Phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom. Animalia in the classification system of animals. The kingdom Plantae on the other hand is distinct only. Two kingdoms are there, Animalia and Plantae. The kingdom Plantae on the other hand is distinct, comprises of various division only. For plant it is division, so various division comprises by Plantae. Plantae kingdom. Animal kingdom comprises of phylum. For animals, many phylum combine together to form kingdom. For plants, many division combine together to form the kingdom. So the kingdom Plantae on the other hand is distinct and comprises all plants from various division. Henceforth, we will refer to these two groups as animal and the plant kingdom. So by students, we completed the taxonomical categories only. This chart also you have to draw along with the answer. Species, many species combine together to form a higher order. Genus, genus combine together to form family. Family combine together to form order. Order combine together to form class. Class combine together to form phylum in animals and division in plants. Many phylum combine together to form animal kingdom, Animalia, and many plants division combine together to form division for plants only. So many division combine together to form Plantae kingdom. Understood? So the taxonomic categories from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order, starting with the species in figure 1.1. This is 1.1 only. These are broad categories. However, taxonomists have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa only. So the taxonomic categories, these are the taxonomic categories. So the taxonomic categories from species to kingdom have been shown in ascending order, starting with the species in figure 1.1, figure 1.1 to broad categories. So, however, taxonomists have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement of various taxa. Can you recall the basis of arrangement? On what basis only these are arranged? So, as we go from species to kingdom, the number of common characteristics, see, the number of common characteristics goes on. Number of common characteristic goes on decreasing. That already I told you that when it goes from species to kingdom, higher level, lower level to higher level, common characteristics are decreasing. Similarities are decreasing. Lower the taxa, more are the characteristics that members within the taxon share. Suppose the lowest taxa is species only. In species, more characteristics are sharing, more common characteristics are there among the organisms. So lower the taxa, more are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share only. So lower the taxa, more are the characteristics of members Lower the taxa, more are the characteristics that the members within the taxon share. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. When we are going from lower to higher category, more dissimilarities will be there. As a result, the relationship of the organism finding out will be a difficult task only. So suppose we are coming to Animalia kingdom. Human being also Animalia, virus also Animalia, cow also Animalia, paramecium also Animalia. So how much difference the organism are there? Do you understand? So higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. So higher the category, greater is the difficulty of determining the relationship to other taxa at the same level. Hence, the problem of classification become more complex only. So, it become more complex only. So, here it indicates taxonomic categories to which is some common organisms like housefly, man, mango, and wheat belong. See that classification, see that. Man, biological name is Homo sapiens, genus name Homo, family name Hominidae, order Primata, class Mammalia, phylum Chordata. Understood? So, common name is man, biological name Homo sapiens, genus Homo, family Hominidae, order Primata, class Mammalia, phylum division, phylum or division. For animal phylum only, so is Chordata only. So this one understood. Now while coming to the housefly, biological name is Musca domestica. Biological name of housefly is Musca domestica. In that first name is generic name or genus name only. So Musca is the generic name and family name Muscidae and order Diptera and class Insecta and phylum Arthropoda. Maingo Mangifera indica, genus Mangifera, Anacardiaceae is the family name and order Sapindiales, class Dicotyledone and phylum Angiosperm. Division it is plant only no, so division Angiosperm. Wheat Triticum aestivum, so Triticum is the generic name and Poaceae is the family name, Poales is the order name and Monocotyledon it is and phylum or division name is Angiosperm. So 4 organisms are described like that. Is common name, biological name, genus, family, order, class, phylum, division. These all categories are given. So organism with their taxonomic categories. Are you seeing this? You have to by heart. Man, read one day. Homo sapiens, Homo, family Hominidae, order Primata, class Mammalia, phylum Chordata. Housefly, Musca domestica, Musca genus name, Muscidae family name, order Dipterae, class Insecta, and phylum Arthropoda. These two are the animals and these two are the plant section only. So Maingo, Mangifera indica, Mangifera is the genus name, Anacardiaceae is the family name, Sapindiales is the order name, Dicotyledonous is the class, and division is Angiosperm. Plant only, so division will be Angiosperm. Wheat, Triticum aestivum, Triticum genera name, Poaceae is the family name, Poales is the order name, and class Monocotyledon, and division name is Angiosperm. All of you have to write the exercise in the notebook. You have to make a biology notebook. In that lesson number 1, you start to write which are the questions given at the end of the lesson. That is exercise. So start to write now onwards. And next topic we are going to learn is taxonomic aids only. What is meant by taxonomy? Taxonomy means classification. Aid means helping. So what are the tools or help using for classification of organism is coming under taxonomical aids only. What are the aids we are getting for classify an organism? What are the help we are getting to? Aid means help only. So what are the aid we are getting to help for the taxonomy? So taxonomic studies of various species of plants, animals and other organisms are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry and in general in knowing our bioresources and their diversity. So taxonomic studies of various species of plants, animals and other organisms are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, and in general in knowing our bioresources and their diversity. These studies would require correct classification and identification of organisms. These studies would require correct classification and identification of organism. Identification of organism requires intensive laboratory and field studies. So help of laboratory also should be there and field study. Field study means we have to go someplace and study that one. Like pond, river, desert, forest, these all are coming under the field studies. The collection of actual specimens of plant and animal species is essential and is the prime source of taxonomic studies. So which is the prime source to see that? The collection of actual specimens of plant. The collection of actual specimens of plant and animal species is essential and it is the prime source of taxonomic studies. Collection of actual specimens. Some specimen, actual specimen, we have to collect from there. Animals also. We have to collect, during field study, we have to collect the actual plant specimen or animal specimen. These are fundamental to studies and essential for training in systematics. It is used for classification of an organism and the information is gathered is also stored. Now we are having specimen and we are collecting the information about that specimen. So now we are having specimen also, information also. And the information gathered is also stored along with the specimens. In some cases, the specimen is preserved for future studies also. Sometimes it can be happen like that. If it is not studying recently, it can be used for further studies as a preservative. Biologists have established certain procedures and technique to store and preserve the information as well as the specimen. Some of these are explained to help you understand the usage of this aid. Like that one taxonomical aid only we are going to learn now. The meaning of the word taxonomic aid all of you understood. The tool or instrument or anything which help for the classification is called a taxonomy means classification only. Aid means help only. So something which is helping for the classification is called a taxonomical aids. So in that first taxonomical aid we are going to learn is herbarium only. Are you heard about herbarium? What you heard about herb? It's a type of plant only according to the branching and the height of the plant. Herb or shrub like that you had heard. So herbarium is a taxonomical aid only. How this herbarium is preparing? See that. Herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimen, not in live condition, dead condition only. So herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried only. We are collecting some plant specimen. Plant specimen means stem of the plant, leaf of the plant, flower of the plant. Like that, some parts of the plant we are collecting. Afterwards, we are keeping these plant parts in between two blotting paper, and pressing like this, pressing. Then what will be happen? All the water content of that part will be come outside and this blotting paper will be absorbed that one. As a result, it will get dry. So removing the water content is the purpose of this one only, pressing in between the blotting paper. As a result, all the water content will be removed. If water is remain in that plant specimen or animal specimen, it will decay. By that only we are removing. Afterwards, this dried one we are keeping in chemical. This dried one we are keeping in the chemical. That chemicals are preservative only. So it won't be undergo decay. By that, this process is called poisoning. We are keeping in the chemical preservative. This dried specimen we are keeping in the chemicals or preservative. Preservative or chemicals only. That is called the poisoning. So herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried only. Only plant specimen, not in live condition. And dried. Then after drying, what should we do? Pressed and preserved on sheet only. Dried, pressed, pressing and preserved on sheet. Further, these sheets are arranged. These sheets are seen here. These are herbarium sheets only. According to a universally accepted system of classification. Afterwards, what it will be done? Further, these sheets are arranged according to universally accepted system of classification. These specimen, along with their description, what information collected for this plant, also written and keep with that. All the information from where it is collected, date of collection, what is the category, what is genus, order, this all will be right on the herbarium sheet. The sheet on which this specimen is fixed is called a herbarium sheet only. The sheet on which this specimen is fixed is called a herbarium sheet. On the right side of the lower corner, right side, on the lower corner, right side, a label also given. Date of collection, place of collection, and what is the status, classification, these all should be there in the label. So these specimen, along with their descriptions on herbarium sheet, become a storehouse or repository for further uses only, and storing there. For the further use, we can use this one. The herbarium sheets also carry a label providing information about date and place of collection, English, local and botanical names, family, collector's name, etc. So herbarium sheets on the lower right corner, lower, it is a chart paper like that only herbarium sheet, somewhat it is thick, it is in this herbarium sheet, in the right lower corner, information about date and place of collection, English, local and botanical names, family, collector's name, etc. should be mentioned. What should be mentioned in the label there? So, the herbarium sheet also carry a label providing information about the date and place of collection, English, local and botanical names, family, collector's name, etc. Herbaria also serve as quick referral systems in taxonomical studies. Herbaria also serve as quick referral system in taxonomical study. So first taxonomical aid is herbarium. It is a storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed and preserved on sheet. That is very important only. Herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed and preserved on sheet. Further, these sheets are arranged according to a universally accepted system of classification. These specimen, along with their description, description also will be there on herbarium sheets, become a storehouse or repository for further use. The herbarium sheet also carry a label providing information. What are the information? See that date and place of collection, English, local and botanical names, family, collector's name, etc. Herbaria also serve as quick referral system in taxonomical studies. So first taxonomical aid herbarium only we had learned now. So I will show the slides to you. So biodiversity, yesterday we had learned the topic. So these two topics, which are I am showing in these slides, that point you have to remember, that is the answer of some questions only. The number and type of organism present on earth constitutes biodiversity. That is the definition of biodiversity. The number and type of organism present on Earth constitute a biodiversity. Number of species that are known and described ranges between 1.7 to 1.8 million. Now, nomenclature and identification. Nomenclature, that is the naming of a particular organism in such a manner that it is known by the same name all over the world. That is nomenclature. Naming of a particular organism in such a manner that it is known by the same name all over the world. Next one is identification. It is the correct description of an organism and its recognition in its scientific name. Now, this binomial nomenclature is given by the scientist Carolus Linnaeus. Binomial nomenclature given by Carolus Linnaeus. Each name has two components. First name is generic name and second name is specific epithet. And universal rules of nomenclature. Names are in Latin and written in italics. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. First word is genus name and second word is specific epithet. Names are in Latin and written in italics, already told you. Both the words when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Genus starts with the capital letter while specific epithet starts with the small letter. Example, Mangifera indica. Both the words Mangifera indica already told. Name of the appears after specific epithet and it is written in abbreviated form only. Name of the author will be here. Name of the author appears, this Linnaeus, see that, Linnaeus, like that. Name of the author appears after specific epithet and it is written in abbreviated form. Example, Mangifera indica. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into conventional categories based on some easily observable characters. Based on some easily observable characters. It is the process by which anything is grouped into conventional categories based on some easily observable characters. It is the process by which anything is grouped into conventional categories based on some easily observable characters. Classification was that. So purpose of classification, organize vast number of plants, animals, etc. into categories that could be named, remembered and studied. What are the purpose of classification only we are seeing now? Organize vast number of plants, animal, etc. into categories that could be named, remembered and studied. Study of one organism of a group gives the idea about the rest of the members of that group. That is the purpose of classification. Study of one organism of a group gives the idea about rest of the members of that group. Now, taxonomy categories. It is the scientific term which indicates categories of organism at different levels. Taxonomy, process of classification taking into account various characteristics such as external and internal structure, structure of cell, developmental process, ecological information of organism. Ecological information of organism. Classification involves hierarchy. Involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Each step represents a rank or category. Category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement called a taxonomic category. All categories together constitutes the taxonomic hierarchy. Each category is termed as taxon. Now, taxonomic category is only shown here. Species, genus, family, order, class, phylum for animal, division for plants, and kingdom. Taxonomic categories. In that species, first we had learned the lowest classification. It is group of individuals having fundamental similarities in characteristics and successful reproduction takes place among themselves from a species. Group of individuals having fundamental similarities in characteristic and reproduction should be possible among the organism. That is, successful reproduction takes place among themselves from species. Example, Panthera tigris and Panthera leo, and Solanum tuberosum, Solanum nigra. Panthera tigris. This tigris is the species. Tigris and leo are the species. Tuberosum and nigrum are the species only. Next one, genus. It consists of group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. Genera are aggregates of closely related species only. Example, Panthera leo, Panthera pardus, Panthera tigris. In that Panthera, this P for Panthera only. Panthera leo, Panthera pardus, Panthera tigris. This Panthera is the generic name. Next one is Solanum tuberosum and Solanum nigrum. In this, Solanum is the genus name only. Next one is family, species, genus, species, genus, family. It has a group of related genera with less number of similarities as compared to genus and species. Example, family Solanaceae includes genera Solanum, that is tomato, potato, petunia and datura. Family Felidae includes genera Panthera, that is lion, tiger, leopard and Felis only. Family combines together to form order. It is the assemblage of families which include a few similar characters in comparison to genus, family, etc. Example, order Polynomial includes family Solanaceae and Convolvulaceae. Example, Carnivora includes family Felidae and Cancidae. Next one is class only. It includes all related orders having less number of common characteristics. Example, class Mammalia includes order Primata, monkey, gorilla, gibbon and carnivora. Example, class Dicotyledonea includes order Polynomials and Sapindales, that is Maingo. Next one is phylum or division. It includes related classes. Example, phylum Chordata includes classes fish, amphibia, reptilia, aves and mammalia. Division Angiospermae includes class Dicotyledonea, Monocotyledonea. Phylum or division. Taxonomical aids only now we are learning. Herbarium. Herbarium already we had learned. These four are remaining to learn: botanical garden, museum, zoological park and key. So now taxonomical aids are herbarium. Herbarium already we had learned that. So this you have to make in pause and see the slides. Slides will be help you a lot. So slides you have to see. So I think that up to herbarium all of you understood. All of you start to write the questions into the book.